without your support and contributions, I don't know where I would be today. I don't know if I'd be sitting here at the U about to graduate.
These private scholarships especially, they reach a specific type of audience that would not otherwise be able to afford to go to school.
I just can't believe I'm here, and it's all thanks to like my scholarship donors and the people within my community that have definitely encouraged my growth and pushed for my success. So thank you. Thank you for the scholarship, because I definitely don't know where I'd be next semester without it.
Welcome everyone to the 10th anniversary University Union Scholarship event. I'm Whit Hollis, and I have the pleasure of serving as the director of the Alpine University Union. Clearly, you can probably tell that this is not exactly the event that we had planned for you, but I want to take this little bit of time to tell you how blessed I am to be able to work with so many amazing students and staff. Not only did they have a great event planned for our 10th anniversary celebration, but they were able to pivot on a dime, put in many extra hours, and come up with, well, I think you'll be pretty pleased with what we've been able to do. Second, I want to spend a minute to make sure that our patrons and the people watching this fully understand how important you are to this event. You'll find a lot of more information about our scholarships this year in just a minute, but without your support, even in these troubling and trying times, this could not be happening. So welcome and thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. We're so happy to have you with us virtually tonight for this event. I'm Brandon Daly. I'm the Associate Director of the Student Union here at the University of Utah. This is the 10th anniversary of this event. We couldn't be happier to bring this in a virtual setting. As Whit mentioned, we had an entire event planned that we sort of had to pivot last minute, and there was an entire team that came together and really did a lot of wonderful work to make this happen. So another thank you to the team that is making this happen, putting this virtual event together. It really means a lot, and thank you for joining us. So 10 years ago, we had our first event. That took place up in the Crimson View restaurant on the 4th floor of this building. Some of you were certainly with us. Some of you have joined us since then at some of our other events. So we were able to raise a little bit of money that first year. We were happy. We raised $5,000, and we had about 80 people attend our event. It was a successful first event, and we're very happy that we could give a couple of scholarships from that $5,000 to students who needed that money. What it did, however, it put us on a trajectory and this path, and we wind up now 10 years later able to give out $220,000 in scholarships and 55 scholarships. We could not be more proud of the work that all of our sponsors, all of you, anyone who's interested in this scholarship program, in this event, you have all made this possible, giving all of that scholarship funding to all of those students. We want to do it even bigger next year. We're hopefully going to be here in person. If you've been to this event in the past, you would know that we have a cocktail reception right before the main event, which takes place down in the ballroom. So we had a great cocktail reception planned, and it was really an absolute star-studded event at this cocktail reception. Now, even though you can't join us in person, Whit and I are going to finish up our cocktails and have a great time, and we'll throw the camera to one of our wonderful students with the Union Programming Council, Ellie. The time is yours. Thank you all. Can I have a couple of those, please?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Ellie Runk, the Director of Development for the Union Programming Council. For those of you who aren't as familiar with what we do, UPC is a student-run organization here on campus. We program events for students, staff, and faculty throughout the year, and I can't thank you, our donors, enough for your contributions to our cause. Along with Union Admin, my associate directors and I also raise money for the Union Scholarship Fund. This year, we programmed virtual events, and in previous years, we have programmed events like movie screenings and food fundraisers. The majority of money my board raises comes from putting together the Your Campus Life Guidebook, an excellent resource that details everything the University of Utah has to offer its diverse student body. We sell advertisement space to companies on and off campus where all of the proceeds go to the scholarship fund. After reaching out to nearly 300 off-campus businesses and 90 on-campus organizations, we were able to raise about $20,000 annually, resulting in about 6 scholarships every year. I'm so proud of the work the Development Board has done this year and in years past, and I'm so proud of the work that the union has done into creating these scholarships. As a student, I know how much my education means to me and how trying and difficult it can be to afford it. Thanks to Union Admin, my board, and most of all of you, we were able to create a real impact in these students' lives and hopefully many more in the future. This year, even though the Union Scholarship Celebration is entirely virtual, we still have an amazing silent auction. Please click on the link in the YouTube video description box below for more information on how to bid and how to sign up to bid. The bidding period will end a week from tonight, Thursday, September 24th, and we are willing to work with you as far as getting items picked up or getting items delivered. Some of our featured items this year are a 13-inch MacBook Pro. We also have Beats Studio 3 wireless headphones, and for a University of Utah football fan, a package that includes a replica of a University of Utah football helmet, as well as the helmet worn during the groundbreaking ceremony of the new Rice Eccles expansion. And now we're going to send it back over to Brandon in Crimson View, where he'll be speaking a little bit about tonight's sponsors.
Welcome back again, everyone, and thank you all so much for joining us this evening for this virtual event. We're on the balcony of the Crimson View restaurant, which is on the 4th floor of the Union Building. If you've been to our event in the past, this is where we typically do our reception, which precedes the main event down in the ballroom. In the past, this has been a great opportunity for our sponsors and our donors to meet with our scholarship recipients. This evening, Rice Eccles Stadium was generous enough to lend their Jumbotron to help us to thank all of these sponsors. Over my right shoulder, you'll see scrolling our 6 presenting sponsors for the evening. These are the sponsors that really make this event possible and who have made our scholarship program as successful as it has become over the last 10 years. The first presenting sponsor that I'd like to highlight is Cupbop. This is a Korean barbecue company, and if you've never had the pleasure of tasting Cupbop, I would implore you to do so immediately. The folks at Cupbop are our friends. They've been with us for years. They believe in our scholarship fund. They donate 10% of all of the proceeds from their food truck that they have here on campus directly to our scholarship fund. That has made it so we have been able to give out countless scholarships over the years with the help of Cupbop. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I look forward to working with you all into the future. Thank you, Cupbop. The second presenting sponsor is Dining Services, otherwise known as Chartwells, as some of you might know them. This is the food service provider here on campus. Chartwells has been incredibly generous with their time and resources over the last decade since we started this scholarship program. For those of you who attended last year's event, they donated all of the food from the reception along with the main event, the dinner, to over 500 people who attended our event. That made it possible for us to give 100% of the proceeds that we would normally be using for the purchase of food directly into the scholarship fund. They have made it possible to give so many scholarships over the last 10 years. We thank you all for your generosity. It's been a pleasure to work with Chuck, and Shannon, and Dallas, and Andrew, and their entire team with Dining Services here on campus. Thank you for helping make this program successful, everything that you do for us and on campus. Our fourth presenting sponsor is LDS Charities. We've worked with them for 2 years now, and they doubled their contribution from last year. They're giving $20,000 to our New American Scholarship Program. They're giving scholarships of $5,000 each to students who are of refugee status and who are women here on campus. This incredibly important program has grown every year since we've started. With the help of LDS Charities, we will continue to grow this important program. Thank you, LDS Charities, for your generosity. Our fifth presenting sponsor for this evening is the Alumni Association here on campus. Under the leadership of Linda Dunn and her team, they generously gave $25,000 toward our scholarship program. This enabled us to take our leadership scholarships and double the amount of scholarships that we gave last year to this year. Thank you, Alumni Association. We look forward to working with you in the future on this project and other projects. Thank you for your generosity, your intentionality, and your thoughtfulness. The last but certainly not least partner that we have for you this evening is L3 Harris. This is the first year that we've been able to work with them. The way in which we've been able to build this relationship is through somebody named Pablo Martinez. He's the Director of Talent Acquisition with L3 Harris, and he used to be a graduate assistant here at the Union. So about 11 years ago, a year before we started this scholarship program, he was working with us at the Union and helped to design and set the groundwork to what would become this scholarship program. And now, over a decade later, he's in a position to give back to the campus community and to the scholarship program, and he's excited to do so. Pablo is a wonderful friend of mine and a great colleague, and I look forward to working with Pablo and L3 Harris into the future, helping to build this scholarship program to greater heights. Thank you, L3 Harris. Thank you one more time to all of our presenting sponsors. You are the folks who really make it possible for us to do what we're doing and give the scholarships that we were able to give out this year. Thank you for your generosity and for your participation and for sticking with us during these trying times. We have the pleasure of now hearing from our university president, President Ruth Watkins. Thank you all.
I'm Ruth Watkins, and as the president of the University of Utah, I am pleased to join you for this virtual Union Scholarship Celebration. The privately funded Union Scholarship Fund supports student leaders, needs-based students, and students who are ineligible for publicly funded scholarships, such as undocumented students. These scholarships make it possible for any of these students to pursue their academic dreams. The Union is one of the few departments on campus that provides private scholarships, and this program fills a need for truly deserving recipients. I am so grateful for the compassion and the leadership of the Union staff and the Union Scholarship Celebration Committee. They exemplify coming together to provide vital support to our students. We know that being accepted to college is just the first step in a higher education journey. The life-changing benefits come only when a student receives a degree. The Union scholarships help ensure students stay on the path to that diploma. Students, my warmest congratulations to you on this significant achievement. You're part of an unprecedented moment in history due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This year will be different as we adapt to the current reality. You are showing determination and resilience in staying in school, and I applaud you for that good decision. This is the right time to be working toward a degree that will prepare you for a rewarding career and a fulfilling life. I wish you all the success in the year ahead, and again, congratulations on receiving this scholarship. Now I would like to hand off to an outstanding University of Utah alumnus, Vincent Fu.
Thank you, President Watkins. My name is Vincent Fu, coming to you from the gorgeous mountains just outside Denver. I am a third-year medical student at the University of Colorado and a past recipient of the Union Student Leader Scholarship. At the Union, I held leadership roles in the Union Programming Council for all 4 years of college, culminating in serving as marketing director. This experience in UPC played a huge part in shaping my path following graduation and still serves me well today. I ended up pursuing a career in medicine because of people who believed in me, including the union. And that is why the union plays such an important role on this campus. As a hub for student involvement, a keystone of professional development, and a celebration of diversity, the union provides endless opportunity and limitless potential for every single student at the U. For me, it was a launchpad on which I learned to be a doer, a professional, and a leader. And through the Union Scholarship Fund, the union continues to foster that development for recipients just like me. It has been so inspiring to watch the scholarship celebration grow year over year, and more importantly, to see the life-changing impacts that the scholarships have made for students. It is because of our beloved donors and supporters that graduates today have a brighter future tomorrow. I owe so many parts of my professional success to the union, but I am just one of an ever-expanding group of recipients whose lives have been touched by the Scholarship Fund. So, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to the union for all that it represents. Thank you to the staff and faculty who take those ideas and bring them to the students. And thank you to all of you watching tonight for believing in our generation and enabling us not only to imagine, but then do. Next up, let's hear from this year's amazing and impressive scholarship recipients. Go Utah!
My name is Alyssa Holman. I'm like a sophomore and a half, so like my third year here at the U, and I'm majoring in harp performance. I had the really cool opportunity to live in the Philippines for about 18 months, and I got to play the piano for different religion like gatherings, and so I taught everyone how to sing together. And it was really cool to see how something so simple as just like a song could bring a community together and help them just love each other a little bit more. I just want to say thank you. To me, it's life-changing. It's the reason why I get to continue doing what I love. But yeah, just thank you, and I really appreciate it. And I'm sure there's other students that really appreciate it as well.
My name is Paola Lynette Cervantes. I am going to be a junior in college, and I am majoring in political science, international studies, and decided to add Latin American studies too. As a first-generation student, I had to learn everything about college, even the smallest thing. What's the difference between major, minor? How can I choose or add my classes? Who should I talk to? Where can I go to? I need these resources. I don't know where I should go. It's been an amazing experience, but it's been challenging just to do everything by myself.
I'm Austin Olson. I think I'm a junior right now, and my majors are Peace and Conflict Studies and International Studies, and I've got minors in Naval Science, Political Science, and Business Management. The biggest way that the leadership that I've seen in the military has impacted me as a student is just that this is an opportunity for people to learn. This is an academic experience where people get to go to school and they get to learn new things, and it's not just about the classroom, but it's about the interaction and the social aspect and the things that you can learn outside the classroom as well. And for me, a big part of it is understanding that at the end of this, I'm going to commission and remain in the Marine Corps. So this is a learning opportunity so that I can enhance my own leadership skills and abilities to better serve those that I will lead in the future.
So my name is Itzel Berenice Nava. I am a senior at the University of Utah, and my major is currently political science and sociology. I knew that I wanted to go to college, and I knew I was smart, and I knew that I had what it took, but I just didn't know how to get there, or like where to start. So I'm an undocumented student. Obviously, I don't have a social security. I didn't have at the time a worker's permit. I'm under DACA now, but at the time I didn't know what that was. At the end of my senior year, I didn't know how I was going to pay for it, but I knew I got accepted into the University of Utah, which was a huge thing, because I remember sitting with my family in the living room, and we opened my letter. We all sat together as a family, something that we usually never do because everyone works different schedules. We don't have time to even eat as a family. But that time was super special, and I still remember everything, where everyone was sitting, and I opened the envelope, and it was just the first 3 letters were like, "Congratulations," it said, and that really hit home because I'm like, my parents migrated thousands of miles for this opportunity for me, you know? And I think scholarships are important, extremely important, because they give you the opportunity to better yourself, to better not only just yourself, but your family, your community, and give back to the same people who have helped you. And what I would like to say to the donors is thank you, like from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my family's heart. Thank you for, giving me the opportunity to be in a space that I was once told was out of my reach. It's thanks to people like you. It's thanks to people like you who believe in students like me, and you make it possible for me to take up some space in a place where I'm qualified to be in. So thank you.
Hello, Union Scholarship recipients. Thank you all so much for joining tonight at this Union Scholarship celebration. My name is Hamza Yakubi. I'm the Development and Communication Specialist here at the Union. Tonight, I would like to take time to celebrate you all and have a conversation to see how you all are doing. So my first question for you all is, what are the challenges of dealing with coronavirus while being a student? How have you overcome those challenges?
I can start. So when the pandemic hit, my family's business lost a lot of employees. So I had to step up and take on more hours during the last bit of the semester. In order to overcome that challenge, I had to be really good at communicating with my professors and asking for what I needed, which a lot of the time was extensions, and just understanding that the work that I was producing was not under the best circumstances.
So a few months ago, I actually got tested positive for coronavirus and had it for about a week and a half. And that was like right in the middle or right before I had like all of my midterms, but the sickness actually put me away for a few days. I was just bedridden, but just after I got over it, I was weeks behind in schoolwork, taking a full load this summer. But I guess how I overcome it is just insane time management, and then just, you know, putting in the work where it needs to happen.
One thing that I have focused on doing is really raising awareness about what's going on around us, especially with the injustices that we're seeing in the world today. And one way that I can do that is through social media, but also doing it here at home with my family that's close to me. So having those conversations with my friends, my partner, my parents, and being able to have that over the phone or through a Zoom call. That's been one way that I can stay connected to my community, but also to a larger topic that's really important in today's society.
I was mobilized to Guam early in April after the pandemic began, and in support of the Army Reserve's COVID response. And so I'm kind of looking forward to using some of the information that and working with the people that I met out there to complete my dissertation. And then I've got a 6-year-old that's starting first grade. So as this fall starts, it's going to be, you know, just working on her schedule and mine, and getting things feeling like things are back to normal is something I'm looking forward to.
Scholarships helped me a lot with like not having to work 2 jobs. So when I started up at the U, I used to work 2 jobs, and I was working like 60 hours a week. My grades weren't on stuff, and just like receiving more scholarships helped me like focus more on my school and like be able to like put all my effort into school just so like that I can work like best like to get my degree and like better myself in the future.
I think anytime you bring up something like this, you know, it's hard to put into words how much it helps. You know, even small amounts to to people that don't get to see the end result and what you're able to do with it. So even just these tiny amounts, it's kind of humbling, and it's hard to really emphasize how thankful and grateful we are for scholarships, and to be able to just take a little bit of stress off the table and focus a little bit more on school is, man, like we can't be thankful enough.
Yeah, it just sounds like there's so many of us that work multiple jobs and are non-traditional and just are trying to make our way through education, because really higher education is one major path to personal and generational wealth, and that can really take families out of poverty and the situations we're currently in. So this financial burden to be taken off of so many of us is, I can't thank the donors enough. This has really helped me this semester, especially with the unforeseeable future. We have no idea what's going to be happening in the next year, maybe 2 years. Who knows how long this pandemic's going to stick around and how it's going to affect our financial gains. So thank you to the donors.
I just wanted to say very quickly that we all here at the union and all of the union scholarship committee, we're just so incredibly proud of all of you for everything you've accomplished and achieved at such a young age, and y'all are still climbing, doing a lot of things. So we're so proud of you all. We want to say thank you for all the work you're doing as students and all the work you're doing in your communities. Obviously, you guys are leaders, community builders, and community change makers. So thank you for doing all of that. In honor of all of your work, we want to have Ashley Finley dedicate this upcoming poem to you all. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, and go Utah!
Go Utah!
Thank you.
Go
Utah!
Utes! Thank you.
Go Utah!
I lost my finger. Go Utah!
Yeah.
All right.
Dear one, breathe in this golden moment. See yourself living in the achievement you have worked so hard for. Make a home here. This moment has always been yours. Hold tight. Bask in the light of your accomplishment. Know that you are worthy of this. Know that we see you. See all that you do. See all that you are. All of your building. All of your selflessness, all of your standing up, all of your change making. Look to the horizon. See the world you will make, are making. See this place changed because of you. See all of the good you have done, are doing. Notice how brilliant it is. You are resilient, thriving, bright, a symphony of languages, a kaleidoscope of dreams. Dance now. Live in this celebration. You have done so much. You scholar, you strong mind, you even stronger work ethic. You don't give up. You show up to show out. You make your family proud. You make your community proud too. You pull all-nighters in the library and drink too much caffeine. You will sleep when the work is done and not a moment sooner. You show somebody that they can be somebody. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams. You are your own wildest dreams too. You bloom. My goodness, you bloom. You soar. You transcend. You deserve. Drink it in. Let it live in your beating heart. You deserve. You deserve. You deserve.
So once again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It has been our pleasure to bring this event to you. And I hope you've learned a lot from the 55 very deserving recipients for the scholarship celebration. We could not be doing this, we could not be training future leaders of America without your support and everything that you do for us here at the Union. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And with that, have a lovely evening. I believe my ride is here.